Hey, welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube where you can get a professional tarot card reading from a haunted house in a creepy graveyard from a haunted chick like me with really, really, really cute dogs. I think I have Puppy Rooney with me. He's here with me by my side. I'm going to get the battery soon for the spirit box. I still have not found the battery for the Rempod, so I think the Rempod's on hold again for tonight. You just found us and we're not live. Skip to the end for the free collective message because I always like to try to do a free collective message for anyone and everyone who maybe comes by, gets a reading, doesn't get a reading. Everything you need to know is in the description. Tonight's special is the free yes, no, maybe so, sometimes why kind of question. You can also get the upgraded taco box for $6. You can ask 4 questions and get a channeled song if you request it. You get 6+ cards. You can still get the original taco box, $5, 3 questions. You can also get the 1111 love reading, which I don't know why it's not here. It's only $1 per minute for each reading. I'll go ahead and put that 1111 love reading back in. I don't know how that got deleted. Yeah, here's the special. I quit smoking today, so I'm on the vaporizer. I think that I was successful with the hypnosis. I only had a craving to smoke twice. I just kept breathing through, wanting to have a cigarette, did some chores. Did actually end up trying to smoke one, and then I was like, wait, what am I doing? I don't smoke. So that was pretty interestingly weird. But I did put some organic tobacco in my packs, which is a whole lot better, I guess, than going out and lighting up a cigarette. High temperatures, whether you cook your food, smoke, whatever, high carcinogens can cause cancer. So if you do want to vape, find some organic tobacco, put it in a dry vape like a PAX or a PAX 3 or the mini PAX. Because these machines, they don't go higher than 400 degrees. Anything above 400 degrees, if you're vaping or cooking, baking a cake, whatever, the food and whatever you're smoking or vaping becomes carcinogenic. Carcinogens can be known to cause cancer. Hey, Galatians, how are you, dear? That's okay. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite. The organic American Spirit Turquoise. It's my favorite cigarette. Well, other than the Benson and Hedges that come from the UK. There's something about the Benson and Hedges in the UK that tastes better to me than the American ones. I know, right? Like, who smokes Benson and Hedges anymore? I used to smoke Marlboro Reds too, Marlboro Lights, Marlboro Light 100s. I'm one of those babies that my mom smoked in the womb. So I think today when I did the hypnosis, it's interesting because the hypnotist was like, go back to the time when you first smoked your cigarette. And the first thing I thought about was being in my mom's womb. That was my first thought. Then she said something about going back to embryonic times in your life. I was like, wow. And I guess when you get hypnosis, you have to like get the hypnosis when you're having the trigger about whatever the trigger is that causes you to want to smoke. Yeah, I'm a recovering vegan, but I still am very much dedicated to the vegan way of life. I've been a vegetarian most of my life, if not all my life, and just because I've gone more vegetarian than say strict vegan like I used to be for almost a decade, I still practice the same qualities that anybody who goes vegan is the reason that they even go that way. Just because I eat some fish doesn't mean that I'm going to go and wear a leather jacket, um, or nor does it mean I'm going to go eat a steak. um, but I've noticed a lot of people, they'll get on that vegan kick and then they'll just stop the activism they did or the lifestyle they had or it's very weird to me. The dark blue pack. I think, isn't that the organic one that's turquoise? I think they have a new organic one. The pack is a little bit yellow or something like that. But yeah, I like the American Spirit turquoise, which I think is the dark blue pack. Everyone thinks they're healthier than yeah. I had a lot of smoking wobbles. I'm pretty healthy myself. Um, I would much rather uh, have a cigarette than eat an animal that smiles. That's for sure. I always like to tease feminists and tell them they're not really feminists if they eat cheese or dairy. That really gets them flaming, but it's true. Um, I think dairy is a huge problem in the whole spectrum, uh, for sure. And I'm not talking about like eggs. I'm talking about eggs is a whole nother spectrum, but dairy, it's horrible what they do to them to make sour cream, butter, milk. Well, yeah, and the less wobbles you have about being healthy, the more healthier you truly are, for sure, for sure. Uh, I'm always like staying in that idea of the happier, healthier, wealthier vibe because it just feels better and it manifests the level of integrity that I want to keep not only in my mental wealth but my physical health. Hey Tiffany, welcome back, honey. Oh yeah. I agree about the dairy. I agree about the dairy for sure. Um, I'll eat shrimp before I drink milk. Did I freeze up? Am I still here? I'll never forget when I was a kid and they took me out to a restaurant and I realized that like my brother was like eating a frog and somebody else was like eating some steak and somebody else was like eating fish and I was just mortified. I remember crying through the whole thing, crying all the way home. My mom's like, "Oh God, make her stop." Okay, cool. I'm here. Awesome. But yeah, I just love telling those cheese eating feminists that they're not really feminists, and then telling them why. And you'd think they'd know. You think most of them would know. You think they'd get it. Hey Ari, how are you, sweetheart? It's good to see you, honey. How's your day been, honey? like pepper. You like pepper jack? I felt so bad for my roommate because he likes cheese and he especially likes Mexican food and pepper jack cheese. And he got that black pepper allergy and he can't eat anything like that. It's like, well, I guess you're cursed now because you ate 6 burritos a day and 6 burritos a night. You just practically turned yourself into one. I think if I'm going to try a cheese, it's going to have to be like something I've never tried before. You only live once. Oh, yummy. I love that. Tomato and basil with fresh pasta. Baked mac and cheese, yeah. And we'll have to say the most interesting thing was like getting powdered vegan eggs and trying to make that into a French omelet. It didn't work out too well. I know, right? Do you think they'll call us medieval times in 500 years? I wonder what the people of 500 years ago would say about us calling them in their time medieval times. And isn't it like interesting that we're like barely into 100 years of like modern society in general? I've never had vegan mac and cheese. It's pretty good. There's really no difference in my opinion. Yeah, you can make all that stuff vegan. Yes, some of the stuff is highly processed to use. Um, but as long as you're not eating it every day, as long as you're not eating highly processed vegan foods every day, it's about a balance. Like I said, I'll eat salmon. Salmon doesn't smile, but 90% of the diet is vegetables, fruits, fresh grains, and uh, water. Lots of water. Water flavored with fruit or vegetables too is nice. Oh no, that's fine. There's no judgment here. Yeah, I think we've talked about making seafood before. I think you might have asked me how to cook salmon before, and we went through that before. Or maybe that was somebody else. Because I'll eat me some salmon. It doesn't smile, and it's only a journey in life is to procreate. Right after it procreates, it dies. Well, at least the male does. I don't think that I could eat. I couldn't eat shrimp for years. It grossed me out. Um, and I think the reason it grossed me out so much is because it's the cockroach of the ocean, really. I made this joke back when I was like 100% vegan. Somebody made a meat baby. I mean, for all I know, it could have been processed vegan meat, but I was like, wow, what a way to get people to stop eating meat. Just make a meat baby and post it. I was pretty devastated. Because people they don't look at, they just go into the markets and they don't really think about what goes into the process of it and how horrific it really is. I mean, you could be a meat eater and still go and have the same ethics. You can go and be vegan and still have the same ethics. I think it's just interesting where you might apply your ethics. Uh, though I don't really know that I would see someone who loves to eat bacon go and feed one of the animals that's getting ready to be taken down the highway to get turned into bacon before it dies or give it any kind of water. I've never seen, I don't think I've ever seen that at one of those. But I also don't think telling people that uh, because they eat a hamburger, they don't love their dog. I think that that's a bit extreme. I think that doesn't teach anybody anything but to be like angry because someone might say something or think that way about them. Does that make sense? Sorry. Yeah, absolutely. I believe exactly what you're saying, Galatians. I mean, it absolutely. Um, I agree. I agree. But some people don't think twice about it because some people, they've there are still people who have been raised as peasants, and that's all they have. And they have farms, but they might not be like, the big industrial farms that you might have in Europe or America, like you do now. I mean, there are a lot of local and small farms. There are places you can purchase happy eggs, but but yeah, I agree. If you had to kill an animal, you'd never eat it. But there still are some people who, that's all they have. So they're raised that way. They think nothing of picking it up and, you know, snapping its neck, plucking its feathers, and having it for dinner. Um, and surprisingly, we've probably been related to these people before. Well, Ari, you're not too young for 44, despite the world being really hung up on age discrimination at the moment. It's actually starting to come out and rear its ugly head instead of be something that's just, there and nobody talks about it. Really, I mean, I think you're limiting yourself, Ari, when you say 35 and under. I think you're limiting yourself from a responsible class of men who have a lot more to offer than maybe somebody who's 35 and under. Just saying. It doesn't matter if your mom's 81. Yeah, and see, and that's what it's all about, is somebody you're attracted to, somebody you can have a connection with, because you can always build some chemistry from a connection if you have that. It's kind of a little bit more difficult, I think, the other way around. But yeah, sweet, kind. These are all things that people look. You know, when you get older, Ari, you'll understand that age is just a number. You really will. Have Galatians? Have you done any of your ancestry DNA chart or anything like that. I was able to find an aunt of mine who was like in her 90s, and my third cousin was living with her at the time. I found them through Ancestry. That was pretty cool. Sometimes Ancestry is like a little bit off. Like I know when it gets a name that's wrong, or a relative wrong, because I'm not related to anybody with those names. Those specific names would come from like books that family members made before DNA existed, like, confusion in names and family members and things like that. Well, Boston had some pretty attractive guys. LA has a lot of attractive guys. California, you're right, in general has a lot of attractive guys. A lot of the guys from Florida are attractive. A lot of them are transplants as well. There's so many transplants. Um, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we've talked about this. What state about attractive men? I mean, then you're talking to me. You know, dress is probably going to be more attractive than the people that I might see around me that are random that I don't know, because of the type of asexuality, because I'm asexual. So it's like you have to remember, Ari, that you know when it comes to something like that, it means literally, like, it doesn't mean that I'm not interested in sex or don't like it. It means that it's difficult for me to have that kind of attraction to just anybody. Really, it's so funny. We were just talking about him earlier, JFK Jr. I still have the Atlanta Journal with his story and everything that happened to him all those years ago. What a tragic story. He probably could have changed this whole country, this whole world. That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, JFK Jr. was a cutie. But yeah, I would have to say guys from Massachusetts were really good looking, Ari. Okay. I met I met very cultured and intelligent men there that were ideal intellects and still are to this day, that I've known most of my life, if not all of my life practically. So, I mean, I met Jewish men, Italian men, Portuguese men, American men, Japanese men. Um, and they were all fascinating and good looking. Uh, 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 Dutch men, German men. I mean, it's a hub for so many different cultures that you're bound to meet a good looking man from every walk of life. I would say in Massachusetts, in Boston especially, in Cambridge. I mean, that's where the Kennedys are from, anyways, aren't they? They're from Cambridge. That's right. I've been to their house. I've been to the house that JFK Senior, where the whole family came from. There's a little toy there. It's been there for years. Yeah, yeah. Young like Heath Ledger too. I don't know if you remember Heath Ledger, but he was young like that when he passed away. But yeah, most of my Italian family ran away from Mussolini and came here and settled in Queens. My great grandfather is buried in Queens. Do I have dreams? Like what kind of dreams? Like the kind you have at night when you sleep, or like the kind that I'm walking life that I'd like to make true? I've got both. I think we all do. Dreams that come true, yes, but not to me. Um, but one dream I did recently have is coming true. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And then I have had several, I guess I have had several that have come true to me and have come true for others. How about that? Or dreams that have happened to me but happened to really others in waking life. Does that make sense? Um, yeah, things like that happen. Yeah, I used to know a guy from a band called Hell Yeah. He had the really dark hair and the really blue eyes, like sky blue eyes. Uh, Tommy from Hell Yeah, who used to be in Nothing Face. It's just a really old metal band from years ago. He was Scottish, I believe. Yeah. Really good musician. Um, really nice guy. A really bad boyfriend material. But that doesn't mean all Scotsmen are bad boyfriend material. In fact, one of my best friends I grew up with, he's from Scotland and grew up in a castle there. He's got dark hair and those green blue eyes too. Like the, it's weird because it's like my roommate has like sky blue eyes, but they're almost purple. But then I know some guys they got like sky blue eye, but it kind of looks like the sea after a storm. Like it's got that green in it, that tropical kind of aquamarine green. Is he famous? You want to look at him? Yeah. Now remember, I've always dated guys who are like 15, 10 years older than me. So he's a lot older than me, Ari. Um, Tom Maxwell. Every broken nose you got was my fault. I'll see if I can find a picture of his eyes. A picture of him where it shows his eyes. Of course, I won't leak any private pictures because they're private. But maybe I could find one that shows how blue his eyes are. It's crazy. Um, might be able to see it in this one, but not really. Here's him with Vinnie Paul, but hey, Texas. How are you, sweetheart? You can actually kind of see how light his eyes are from that photo I just linked you into. Let's see if I can find some of the nothing face photos. Here's some pictures of him when he was super young. You'll be able to see how blue his eyes are here. They're almost white. It's kind of scary. Hey, Liz. We're just talking about my old boyfriend from Hell Yeah, the band Hell Yeah. Ari wanted to see what he looked like because she's attracted to guys who have dark hair and really light eyes. And she'd ask, like, oh, Liz, you might even be able to answer this question. Where do you think the most good-looking men in America come from? Texas. Yes, Texas is Mr. Matchmaker, and I'm Mrs. Matchmaker. So let us help you matchmake and make me a match. But I'm not Mrs. Texas Taurus, so just so you know. I'm Texas Taurus's secretary for matchmaking. Who else had dark eyes? I think my friend Ari had light eyes and dark hair too. Yeah, Liz, where do you think some of the most attractive men in America come from? Did I link you to this, Ari? You might be able to see his blue eyes in this one and see like how they're practically white. God, that picture is way too blurry. He looks like a freaking alien. Let's see if I can find pictures of him from hell from his Nothing Face years. After the lead singer from Nothing Face committed suicide, he got hooked up with Hell Yeah. I'm so sad when Matt killed himself. Dark side are you? What? Let me see if I can even get to this website. This has got to be Russia. Yeah, you can't even really see his eyes too much. Oh, yeah, you can see the color of his eyes in this one. I swear, they're almost white, and he does not wear contact lenses, Ari. How scary that is. I think Tommy's about 25 in that picture, the last one I sent. Oh, yeah, that's definitely Dark Side Russia. God, I wonder if they ever toured Russia. But yeah, he's a lot older than me. And here's Matt's grave. Matt Holt. All right, sweet dreams, Galatians. Thanks so much for coming by. Thanks for liking the live. Thanks for hanging out. guess so. I'm not sure I saw anybody I was really attracted to there. Everybody had ball caps. And I'm just hanging into them ball caps. I mean, unless it's a ball cap kind of day. Right? Right. Are you hungry? Because I've got food for you, little doggy woggy. You hungry? About 30 minutes. You're right, Ari. I will have to say, I have seen some good-looking men in the South. Yes, but I've seen more culturally different good-looking men in the Northeast and Northwest. California, I'll agree. Number one. Yep. I'm just gonna go get the batteries for the spirit box. I'll be right back. I'll be back. Okay. Be right back. I guess you're gonna follow me, or maybe I'm just gonna follow you. I'll be right back. Just going to get the batteries for the spirit box. Yep. There are a lot of hot guys, Ari, in Florida, like she said. Definitely. I bet, sweetheart, I bet. I don't want to know. If there's any good spirits that would like to come talk to us, the spirit box is on. We would love to hear from you. I've been everywhere, yeah. Oh my gosh, really? You didn't go to bed till 8 a.m.? Wow, I didn't go to bed until 5:15ish. I waited for some news on my friend Travis from his legal team. And, I was praying while they were giving the verdict. And then I went to bed. Yeah, I've stayed up all night plenty of times. Uh, 13 years. Even though they have absolutely no evidence, and the person, his accuser, admitted to perjury in April, so we don't really understand why he's still in prison. So we're going to appeal. That's all we can do. So hopefully we'll know more from the legal team about that soon. I'm just going to keep posting the truth and the facts. Make sure the fact check is correct everywhere. Keep working through the internet for anything that might just be wrong. Yeah, I know what the fuck. I know. The accuser admitted to perjury in April. So we're not sure what is up. It's weird. The news reports are even a bit confusing compared to what's really truly going on in regards to the legal team. But as much as I can correct, I will. Have I ever been to a rave, Stormy? Oh yeah. Yeah. I went to one rave and some guy walked right into a fan. An industrial fan. Damn near cut his head off. He did get his forehead chipped. Never went to a rave again. But yeah, I had been to several raves. I think my favorite one was the phone dancing rave was the funnest one I'd ever been to. I'd been to several one of those. That's when they have a big machine that spits out foam onto the dance floor. And usually the dance floor is a very large, like outdoor, indoor swimming pool type of thing. So it's not liquid or anything. It's just like suds that you would make. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I like foam dancing, foam parties. But it's suds. It's not like, it's bubbles. It's not like foam, like styrofoam or confetti. And I'm going to put my head here because my dad likes to walk in his pajamas and I want to be on YouTube in his pajamas. So I'll just keep my head right here. What are you doing, Dad?
Look for the third dish.
I'm looking for the third man. I don't know where the third dish is. Check the hut.
Okay.
A bubble race or a bubble rave? The vinyl. Yeah, oh, cool. If I had a decent car, I would drive down there and go to it with you. I wanted to finish tidying up the living room and putting things in order, but it's midnight now. I don't see myself doing any chores. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that might just be a limiting belief for you, Ari, um, because of your experience or maybe what you have subconsciously, just been aware of. It feels natural to you. I mean, anything is limitless. It is very possible, Ari, for you to, we already know you're nice. It's very possible for you to attract and meet nice people because you are nice. It is very, very much just as possible to me, just as batshit crazy too, though. But Liz is right. I mean, anything is possible. Some people are nasty even if you are nice to them, yeah. Um, but this could be one of your limiting beliefs or a subconscious one that you didn't realize you had that's coming to surface now. So uh, think about it, because you could actually flip the switch on that, Ari, by also picking and choosing your battles with who you are nice to, um, and picking and choosing, you know, following that inner compass. Just because somebody looks nice doesn't mean they are, and just because somebody looks rough doesn't mean they are. It never judge a book by its cover, but definitely people are more likely to show up to you nice and good the more you expect that naturally. Um, it can just get so warped because of our subconscious beliefs. Like, you know, there's just as much romance and dating propaganda as there is prison propaganda and news propaganda, and you know what I mean, and life propaganda in general. Propaganda is like fake news. Like, really many people feel like they can't just go out in social situations.
Can I say when to come and get this?
Get what?
The woman?
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. A good idea to throw them away.
Yep. I can store their food in it. Here, baby. Have some dinner. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm doing spelling bee. The spirit box is so quiet again tonight. It's just absolutely crazy to me. Hey, Sugar, welcome back, sweetheart. How are you? How's your day been? Any updates? Sorry to hear that, dear. Oh no, you were supposed to get that promotion too. Oh god, that sucks. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh my god. What a nasty person. I've been to California. My sister was born there. My brother was born in Hawaii. Last time I went to California was 2017. I went to record with Princess Bass Player at the Village Studio. That was really nice. That was a lot of fun. I loved it. It was beautiful. I look forward to going back.